Hi, I'm Genie Logee, your friendly guide, here to help you wade through the complex and ever-changing waters of genealogical research. But first, here's Story Lady with part 2 of the Choctaw-Irish connection that we described last time in episode 8.
Today I'm just tickled to introduce a new friend, and she knows all about the second half of the story. Take it away, new friend.
Oh, hi there. I'm Travelina. I love to travel, and I collect fun and interesting things from my trips and save them right here in my trunk. Besides shoes, one thing I love to collect is knowledge of special events that have happened throughout history from around the world. And today, I bring you part 2 of the heartfelt story between the Choctaw Nation and the Irish.
Yay! Finally!
We know from episode 8 that the Choctaw Nation compassionately aided the Irish during the potato famine in 1847 with the money they raised. In 2020, that kindness was paid forward by the Irish. When the Navajo and Hopi nations had the largest infection rate outside of New York and New Jersey during the pandemic, the Irish people raised millions of dollars to help the hurting communities. In response, Gary Batten, chief of the Choctaw Nation, said, "We have become kindred spirits with the Irish in the years since the Irish potato famine. We hope the Irish, Navajo, and Hopi peoples develop lasting friendships as we have." It goes to show that distance cannot stop a bridge of compassion. I hope you enjoyed learning about this remarkable true story, and it was great meeting you all. Well, off to, where'd I put that map?
Oh my, Travelina, what a predicament! There she goes! Now, if you want to know more details about this unique and ongoing relationship, you can visit the following website: www.choctawnation.com/about/history/Irish-connection. And one final note. In 2024 in Tuskahoma, Oklahoma, this Eternal Heart sculpture was unveiled at the Choctaw Capitol grounds. The 8-foot-tall sculpture combines a Celtic Trinity shape intertwined with a heart and is specifically placed facing toward Ireland. Oh, my heart. Genie, what's next for today?
That was beautiful, Story Lady. And thanks to Travelina for giving us the rest of the story. I wonder where she'll end up next. Now, let's talk about the story of Irish immigrants. It is part 3 of our Tour of the World series. Let's start out with links to a few really good websites for Irish research. There are many, many more than these few, but these are some of the sites I know and have used lots of times. John Grenham is a very well-known and respected genealogist specializing in Ireland. www.johngrenham.com/blog/2024/06/25/come-wander-in-the-vaults-with-me. Your Irish Heritage, presented by Mike and Karina Collins. https://youririshheritage.com. They run the Green Room, which requires a paid membership. If you are serious about your Irish research, this is the place to go. The National Archives of Ireland, https://nationalarchives.ie. And lastly, Cindy's List, www.cindyslist.com/UK/IRL/history. And don't forget, as always, Ancestry, MyHeritage, and Family Search. There is so much information online about Ireland and the subject of Irish immigration on top of hundreds of Facebook pages and groups to help you in your searches. Factina, what's this whole thing about potatoes in Ireland and the famine?
Yes, potatoes? That's an important subject for today. Did a blight or fungus cause the potatoes in Ireland to fail in the 1840s? After all, potatoes are not a native plant and came originally from Peru. Legend has it that Spanish explorers brought the Peruvian potatoes back to Spain. Then, when the Spanish Armada crashed on the shores of Ireland in 1588, the potatoes rolled off the ships and planted themselves in the Irish soil. Okay, So you know how legends go, that's probably a bunch of malarkey. However, much of the crop did fail. There's also another version that says there was plenty of food, but the British took it for themselves and their cohorts, thereby starving the Irish people who had come to depend on one major crop. That situation, called the Great Famine, is the reason there are so many people with Irish heritage in North America today, although the influx of the Irish started way before that. Nevertheless, the British, or a blight, were a big part of Irish immigration.
Potato, potato, which one is it? Boy, oh boy. Memes, can you make it make sense?
I'll try, Bob, but this time it won't be so easy. Like with so many things regarding history, it depends on who you ask. You take all those responses, throw them in a box, shake it up, dump them out, and pick out the ones that make sense to you. So, Bob, this time, I'm afraid I can't make it make sense, only because it is a very complex situation, and there is not only one explanation.
Yes, Memes, that one is a doozy, with many hard feelings on both sides. So, Factina, we know for sure that people left Ireland, and we know that so many of us in the United States have Irish ancestry. But did Irish immigrants only come to the U.S.?
No, in fact, one of the great heroes in the Mexican-American War was John O'Reilly, born in County Galway, Ireland. It's a long, interesting story. He had joined the American Army, then defected to fight on the Mexican side in 1846, feeling a connection with the Catholic Mexican people. He formed the St. Patrick's Battalion. The Irish got around the world, in fact. One of the places they landed in North America was Pier 21 at the Halifax Seaport in Nova Scotia, Canada. Nowadays, there is a museum there all about immigration to Canada through that seaport. Their website states that nearly 1 million immigrants landed in Canada from 1928 to 1971. One of the pages states that Canada is home to the 4th largest Irish diaspora in the world. Here is a link to that page, which is an article about the Great Famine in Ireland in the 1840s and the resulting emigration of the Irish to North America. Hunger and Hope, Irish Famine Migration to Canada. https://peer21.ca/immigration-history/hunger-and-hope-Irish-famine-migration-Canada.
Thank you, Factina. That leads us into next week's topic of genealogical research, Canada. It will be part 4 of our Tour of the World series. Remember, you can find the links mentioned in this and previous episodes on our website, www.geniewhatdoiknow.com. And you can send us your comments to genie.whatdoiknow@gmail.com. Story Lady, the jig is up. Can you lead us out of here?
Indeed, I can. Next time, we're tackling Canada, a really nice place if there's one you have to tackle. But back to Ireland for a few moments more. The Irish are lovingly known for their strength, their traditions of storytelling, music, poetry, dance, and humor, to name a few. So in honor of St. Patrick's Day, which is coming up soon, here's a little of that humor for you. What's a leprechaun's favorite type of music? Shamrock.